Welcome back, Jane Sleight-Leach here. Welcome to video number 5 in our creating peace and balance workshop guide video series. So we we are up to our daily routine section in the workbook. We're almost at the end of the video series. We're nearly there. So I'm going to bring up the workbook for us to take a look at the page together. And here we go. So identifying worksheet, identifying regular negative self-talk. So we have all got some kind of negative self-talk going on at some stage or another throughout, usually throughout our daily lives. So it's helpful to start to notice and observe ourselves as we go about our daily routines. It's really helpful to start observing our self-talk. What is it we're saying to ourselves, and how is our body and our mind responding to that self-talk? So, for instance, if you kick your toe on the chair leg on the way out to work, what immediately comes to mind? What immediately are you saying to yourself? I'm so stupid. How did I not see that? I'm so careless. All of that self-deprecating talk. Can you start to observe that without doing anything about it to start with, but just simply observe it? If you want to, throughout your day, you can make notes. Start a little journal about these conversations that you have with yourself in your own head about all of your failings, all of your lackings, all of your any standards that you feel you're not living up to for yourself, or even worse than that, the real I certainly have gone into times where I could really honestly describe what are the way I've communicated with myself at times as being, self-hatred. Just start to observe how you internally respond to the things that are, presenting themselves through your day. Jot them down, because it is very, very helpful to jot them down. So in your own language, not anybody else's language, or, trying to make it grammatically correct or socially acceptable, let's say. Write down your words in your head of that negative thought that comes steamrolling through when you perceive yourself to be not quite living up to the mark or the expected standard. Write down the thought and what it is relating to. So you can take this worksheet out and about with you. It might be easier to just write a grid in a smaller notebook and work with it that way if you wish. But start yourself a little routine of these observations, and what has sparked these thoughts and feelings. And let's start to have a look, at a pattern that might be revealing itself. So quite often negative self-talk of this kind of nature will have an anchor in some kind of thought or feeling that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm fill in the blank. But it goes back to that root of I'm not good enough, which when you are living from that perspective, life becomes very, very difficult. And every opportunity that the subconscious has when it's carrying such belief, it will present itself to you. Here's another example of why you're not good enough. Here's another example of why you are not able to live up to the standard or the expectations that you or someone else has set for yourself. So, and this is the really good fodder for you to create your tapping routines around. So linking this sheet back to the previous videos, you can start to create your list, if you like, your list of common, or your list of beliefs, your very personal list of beliefs that you are generating through observing your live everyday thoughts and feelings. So have a go at that. See if you can stick with it for one day, and see how many of those thoughts sneak through without you even noticing during one day. And then you can start to work on those prevalent thoughts and feelings. And as you continue on, you can expand it out to more days and weeks, and continue that observation process, and try to stay neutral and be curious about it. You don't want to start beating yourself up even more when you start to when these patterns start to reveal themselves. Be curious. Okay, this is what's present for me right now. I'm going to jot that down. That's very interesting. Okay, where did that come from? And let's start a little exploration into those deeper layers of these thoughts, feelings, and patterns. So the next page we will move on to is creating a daily routine, and I'll see you in the next video for that one.